Okay, so again, good morning, mabuhay, and blessed be God forever. Welcome to our science class. So for today, this is the start of our first lesson in science for the third quarter. Okay, so I won't take it too long for the introduction, but let us proceed in our discussion for the first lesson in science. Okay. So for today, what are we going to do? Just like the previous quarters, we will have first our review of the last lesson that we had for the second quarter. Afterwards, we'll have a discussion of our new lesson. Then we'll proceed on the review activity number one if you don't have any questions already. And we will also have our review activity number two for your module time. Okay? So again, I am Miss Jasmine Malaya P. Alfonso, your science teacher. So now let us go to the first part of our day, which is the review time. So what are the things that we're going to review for at this moment? Sorry. So last time for the second quarter, the last lesson that we had is about typhoon and the effects of typhoon. Okay. And also we also talk about the effects of typhoon before, during, and after, or the things that we need to do before, during, and after a typhoon. And if you still remember, we also discussed some of the typhoons that we experienced for the year 2020, right? Very good. Okay. So that is all for our review time. So since we're done with the review, okay, we will now have the next part, which is the discussion. Okay. So again, when we are discussing, please always remember to focus and listen carefully so that you may understand and comprehend all the things that we're going to talk about for today. Okay. So for our discussion time, okay, so the title of our first lesson in science is Asteroids, Comets, and Meteoroids. Again, can you repeat? Say asteroids, comets, and meteoroids. Very good. So that is the title of our lesson one. If you are familiar with those words, where can you usually see those words? Or I mean those words pertains to what kind of object or natural object? Can you see it in land? Can you see it in water? Or maybe in the sky? Okay, yes, exactly. Those are the things or the natural objects in the sky, aside from the things that you have learned during your elementary days, like the stars, the planets, the sun, or the solar system. They are part of the solar system, okay? So, again, the title of our first lesson in science is Asteroids, Comets, and Meteoroids. I want everyone to focus so that we can have a good discussion for today. So, what is all about these three natural objects in the sky or in the galaxy? So, first, let us define what is solar system. So, when we say solar system, this is a gravitationally bound system of the sun and the objects that orbit it either directly or indirectly, which you already know from your previous years, right? And also, we have discussed before about the planets of the solar system. We have here the Mercury, the Venus, Earth, Mars, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Jupiter, and the possible ninth planet, which is known as Pluto. Okay, don't forget that, and I know that you still remember those planets. Okay, now let us proceed on our main topic or main discussion for today. Okay, and this is about asteroids, comets, and meteoroids. But first, let us go on to the asteroids. What is asteroids? Okay, according to the definition on the screen, it is sometimes called minor planets. Why? Okay, because it means star-like bodies in the outer space. So sometimes people see or misunderstood that asteroids are not planets. Okay, but they are just minor planets since they are star-like bodies. When you look at the sky, okay, you can only see shining stars, right? But some of it are not literally stars, okay? Some of those are asteroids or planets. So what are the facts about these asteroids? Okay. So in the year 1801, the first asteroid was discovered by an Italian, astronomer. Okay, his name is Giuseppe Piazzi. Again, on the year 1801, the first asteroid was discovered by an Italian astronomer, which is Giuseppe Piazzi. Don't forget that, okay? Next, there are also some asteroids um in our galaxy or on the sky, okay? So these are the following asteroids, okay? So first is what we call Ceres. Can you say Ceres? Okay, so it is 974 kilometers in diameter, 25% mass of all asteroid. Okay, so it is the first, or it is the name of the first asteroid, which means Sicilian goddess of rain. It is also called the dwarf planet and largest planet in the asteroid belt. Again, what is the name of the first asteroid? Correct, it's Ceres. Very good. There are also other asteroids in the planet or in the galaxy or in the sky, which is 2 Pallas, 4 Vesta, and 10 Hygiea. But we're not going to focus on it. Okay? Then let's go on in the next part. So aside from Ceres, there are also 3 classes of asteroids. Okay? So these classes also pertains to the type of asteroid that we have. Okay? So first is the carbonaceous asteroid, which is consists of clay and silicate rocks. Some says it is similar to a sun, and it includes 75% of known asteroids. Okay, and it is called the C type. Okay, when we say carbonaceous asteroid, it is the C type, and its percentage is 75% of known asteroids. Don't forget that. Okay, next. The next type of asteroid is what they call silicaceous asteroids, or it is known as the S type. Okay, it is relatively bright, reddish to greenish in color, and usually it contains stony materials, nickel, iron, and magnesium. And the known asteroid is 17%. Okay, again, it is the S type, which is the silicaceous asteroid. And the third one is the metallic asteroid, which is also relatively bright, reddish in color, and made up mostly of pure nickel iron. And the remaining percentage of known asteroid is included on this type of asteroid. And it is also known as M type. Okay, so the first one is carbonaceous asteroid, which is the C type, silicaceous asteroid, which is the S type, and metallic asteroid, which is the M type. Okay, so those are the type of asteroid. Now, let us go on to the next part, which is the comets. Okay, as we all know, comets are small, fascinating objects in the solar system. It is sometimes called dirty snowballs or icy mudballs because of its color, since it is made of frozen water to super cold methane, ammonia, and carbon dioxide ices. Okay, and there are general distinct parts or several distinct parts of a comet. Okay, what are these? First, we have what we call nucleus. So, nucleus on a comet is a solid and stable and usually made of ice mixed with rocky and metallic material. Okay, next, we also have coma. So, coma is the dense cloud of water surrounding the nucleus. Again, can you say coma? Okay, again, the first one is nucleus. Can you say nucleus? Second one, comma. Okay, and the third one is the tail. It is composed of dust and ionized gas. Okay, so those are the three parts of comets. Again, let's repeat: nucleus, comma, and tail. Okay, don't forget that. Now, there are also facts about comets. Okay, if it is a short period comets, the needed years for it to complete an orbit is just 200 years or less than 200. while the long period comets needs 200 years or more than 200 years to complete an orbit that surrounds the sun. Okay, so those are some facts about comets. Don't forget that. Okay, next, another facts or some of other facts about comets are the following. So the Kuiper belt, it is a comet-rich region that begins near the orbit of Neptune and continue until beyond Pluto, which is the possible ninth planet of the solar system. Okay, so it is called the Kuiper belt. Next, the Oort cloud. Okay, it is where trillion of comets can be found. Then on the year 1705, Edmund Halley used Kepler's law to determine the first comet's periodicity. Okay, don't forget that. Again, 1705 is the year where Edmund Halley used Kepler's law to determine the first comet's periodicity. Okay, those are facts about comets. Okay, let us now proceed on the next part. Okay, so now let us go on to the third part of our discussion, which is about meteoroids. What are meteoroids? Okay, so from the word meteor, okay, small pieces of stony or metallic space debris that are usually parts of comets that break apart orbiting the sun. Okay, so there are different words to remember when we are talking about meteoroids. Okay, so what are these? First, we have the meteors. The meteors is when meteoroids enter the earth and is often called shooting or falling stars. Okay, do you know the meteor garden? Okay, so those falling stars are called meteors. And the brightest meteors is called fireballs. So it is the brightest meteors of all. Next, if meteors survive the frictional heating and strike the surface of the earth, it's called meteorites. So if it falls from the earth, it is meteorites already. And the meteors that occurs in cluster, okay, is called the meteor shower. Okay. When you see so many meteors landing or not landing or going in the earth, that is meteor shower. Okay, so do you have questions? If you have questions, again, let me repeat, you can contact Miss Jazz. You can PM me if you have questions. Okay, so I have here also, or we have here also some of the exercises. Since you are done with the review, the discussion, you'll also have the review activity 1 and 2. Okay, for review activity number 1, okay, all you need to do is to just get your whiteboard and marker. You can ask someone to ask you the question, or you can pause the video for the questions. Okay, so we have here different questions. You just need to read each statement carefully, write the letter of the correct answer on your whiteboard. Okay, it's also a review for you. So here are the questions first, and there's an answer. You can pause the video if you want. Okay, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, nine, 10. Okay, for the next part, check if it states facts and cross it not. You can use your notes on this one, okay? Okay, then for the last part, you need to have your review time activity number 2. You can do this on your module day or your asynchronous time, okay? Or your asynchronous day, okay? So you just need to answer pages 90 to 91 review activity number 1. Okay. And I think that is all for today. We're done with the review, the discussion, review activity number 1, and if you're done with the review activity number 2. Okay. And if you have again questions, you can private message Miss Chaz for clarification. Okay. Don't hesitate or don't forget that. Okay. So again, reminders, please answer your module for asynchronous class tomorrow. Okay. So how do you feel again? I hope that you're happy or you love the lesson for today or you're amazed with the information about the lesson or maybe you'll like it. If not, you can review this video so that you can be able to understand more our lesson. Okay? So, with that, I think it's time for me now to say goodbye. Thank you and have a nice day and be safe to all of you. Okay, I hope that you learned something for today, and I hope that you will continue learning more things about science. Bye.